Hi everyone! A lot of people wanted to see a video about my cosmetology school experience, and people actually often ask me to make this video, and you know, like I say, there's certain videos I'm not going to do, like certain tags I really don't want to do in certain videos I'm just not interested in doing, but I try my best to give you guys what you want to see. I was a little confused on why people wanted to see a video on this because everyone's experience is completely different, but I guess that's the point. You wanted to see what I experienced in cosmetology school. So I'm gonna link below the how I became a hairstylist and why I won't make hair tutorials video, so you can watch that first, and then if you haven't already. So basically, as you know now, I went to vocational school in high school, so I didn't go to like a college or anything. I basically did it early in high school. So by the time I was 16, I had my permit, and by the time I was 17 and graduated, I had my license in cosmetology and hairstyling. So basically, I started junior year, and I had already been doing like other people's hair and my hair for a couple years. So I went in with like a lot of knowledge on like the hands-on stuff, and the people around me really didn't, and it was like kind of scary and like kind of alarming because like I knew a lot more than the other people, not in the like the physics sense, like the science and math sense, but just in the hands-on stuff. Like I already knew how to, you know, mix and measure and all that stuff, and the other people had never dyed hair or did anything, so I was like, oh, that's weird. But honestly, like I'd say 90% of my cosmetology school experience was just practicing for the state board test. We had to do the 4 rollers like on here, the pin curls on one side, the perm rods on the other side, and the finger waves in the back, and we literally did that like every single day, and we got a grade every day. And also my teacher was 73 years old and a male, and he was a little senile, honestly, and he was very strict and like did not put up with any shit, and he was a little loopy. We loved him to death, but he was a little cray-cray. We were his last class before he retired. I think we might have sent him over the edge, but anyway, literally like we didn't learn how to do hair in cosmetology school. Like I'm, in that sense, like although I'm licensed, I'm like self-taught really. Like we learned how to do highlights and like the correct way to apply color and the correct way to apply relaxer and the correct way to apply lightener and stuff like that. So we didn't like learn how to cut hair or like learn how to do hair in cosmetology school. We literally just practiced for the state board test. Like that was all we freaking did. And like I'd say towards like we did do a little bit of like the dyeing, the coloring, the cutting, but I'd say that's literally like 10% of what we did, and like I already knew how to do that, so I was like, okay. But on Fridays we did get to do whatever we wanted, which means like we basically all did each other's hair, and that's how everyone learned and got practice, because the teacher would come around and tell us like what to do. So yeah, so we basically only learned for the state board and practice for the state board, and every day we had like at least an hour of just sitting and doing book work, which I don't even remember half of it. We had to learn about like all the laws and like just shit I honestly don't remember. And we also had to take a science class and a math class, but they were like useless. It was a joke. But I honestly don't even like remember half the shit we learned about like the government, and I don't remember any of it. I can't even tell you what we learned because I don't remember, because it was just like drilling it into our heads for the state board test, and then like that was it. And so yeah, that my entire cosmetology school experience was basically practicing for the state board. But really toward like, I'd say like the middle of the second year, my teacher basically pulled me aside and was like, listen, you don't have to practice anymore, just go help the other girls, like go around and help them, teach them, like you don't have to practice anymore. And my mom used to come in so I could practice on her, because like she was my model for the state board, and he pulled my mom aside and was like, I wouldn't let any of these girls touch my dog's hair besides your daughter and one other girl. So that kind of tells you of like what I had to deal with in cosmetology school. Like these people really weren't interested in doing hair. Like, I didn't know why the fuck they were there. Like, I think only 2 of the girls are actually doing hair now that we graduated a couple years ago. So yeah. So my cosmetology school experience basically consisted of practicing for the state board and doing book work. Every single day we got a grade. We got a grade on the day, and we had to take a test every day, like a written test. So we got a grade on like our hands-on for the day and our written work for the day, and an overall grade. It was like ridiculous, like it was crazy. And if you missed like a day, you had to like work extra hard the next day to like make up your hours, and like, oh my god. And I also went to summer school just to get extra hours in, because like I got sick a lot and missed a lot of school, so I used to go to the summer school just to get extra hours in. It wasn't like the if you fail you go, it was the like, do you want extra hours, come to summer school kind of thing. So yeah, anyway, it's hard for me to get it all out, but I graduated in 2010 and I got my license upon graduation because I passed the state board test. But yeah, my cosmetology school experience was like ridiculous. Like, if I wasn't so self-taught going into it, and had so much experience going into it, like, it probably would have been like a useless thing for me. That's probably why most of the girls didn't end up pursuing it, because they didn't learn a lot. Like, we didn't learn like anything cool or fun. Like, I had to seek out extra courses. Like, I went to extra like classes at Emiliani and stuff like that to help hone my skills and get certified in the keratin treatment, the extensions, and all the stuff I'm certified in. All of that stuff I did like on my own. Cosmetology school itself basically was just there to get me the license and get me through it. I did learn a lot about like the color wheel and stuff like that, but that's like honestly it. Like, the shit we learned like for the state board was completely useless. Like, how to shave a man's face with a straight razor. Like, I'm never gonna do that. Like, I'm never gonna do that. It was so ridiculous. So we did like perms, just shit that's like not stuff that we do now. And I know a lot of people that go to vocational school do the same thing. Like, we didn't learn like nails, we didn't learn makeup. Like, it was strictly just state board hair. So yeah, basically, I hope that helped. Every cosmetology school is completely different. This is how my vocational school was, and I know like a lot of vocational schools are like that, but most like hair colleges like will teach you everything. This is like the only thing I'm good at, you know, so it was like a skill I had, and practice I already had, but if I hadn't practiced for so long, it probably would have been a little more difficult for me. But luckily, you know, as much as the experience sucked, it was still a good experience, and I'm glad I went, and now I didn't have to go to college, and I got licensed, and yeah. Oh, and if you want to see my hair portfolio, it's on my Facebook, so go look at that, okay? And yeah, let me know your experience. Did you have a good one? Did you have a bad one? Are you going to cosmetology school? Where are you going? I am interested, okay? Alright, thank you guys. Bye.